We just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob, and this video we're going to talk about The Rock being cast as Black Adam in the upcoming Shazam movie. Or I shouldn't say upcoming, it's not like that around the corner, but for the planned Shazam movie. Now, you know, I know who Shazam is. Everybody knows who Shazam is. I'm not a huge fan of Shazam. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I am. I just know who he is. I might have read a handful of comics when I was younger, and I've, of course, seen the cartoon. And Black Adam, I'm not too 100% familiar with, other than that he was once a villain turned somewhat anti-hero, and now The Rock's playing him. Now, this is an interesting casting because, first of all, I like The Rock. I like The Rock a lot. I think he's probably a lot better of an actor than people think or give him credit for. What kind of pulled me in that direction was when I saw him in Snitch, because in every other movie beside that, The Rock was the man. He'd kick your ass. He knew how to use guns and this and that. He wasn't scared of shit. Where in Snitch, he played a regular family man whose son was in trouble, and he went up against some pretty dangerous people, and there were actually parts where The Rock was scared, where The Rock was vulnerable, and he did a good job portraying that. He actually convinced me that, wow, even though he's a big dude, in this movie, he is not the man. Like, he's scared of these people. As far as what the character entails, look, I've seen The Rock be an anti-hero when I used to watch wrestling. He's great at it. I don't know if Black Adam is a cynical villain in terms of the kind of villain who takes joy and pleasure in doing some of the evil things he does. And I don't know what his anti-hero type characteristics are now, but I think The Rock has done enough roles at this point that this could very well be a good role for him. So far from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, there doesn't sound like a lot of people who are too upset. So that must be a good thing. I think the question now is, who do you cast as Shazam? And I don't know what the rumor mill is with that, but I think The Rock being in this movie is going to be a good thing, especially considering that Shazam, and I know DC characters and DC fans, you know, Shazam is, you know, some people call him a Superman clone, some people love Shazam. You know, regardless of the fact, considering it is just solely a Shazam movie, I think having The Rock as your villain is a plus. He does villains really well. And he's very, you know, again, depending on what the character entails, he can be a very, very funny villain. He could play a cynical villain. I could see that. I mean, he's been a heel in wrestling before. And during the time that I used to watch wrestling, he was so funny and entertaining when he played a heel or even an anti-hero. I think this could be a really good role for him. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know much about Black Adam. I hardly remember anything I learned about Shazam back in the day. But if there's one way to help encourage people to go see the movie, I think putting The Rock in is a good thing. And I think putting The Rock in a position where he can succeed, and I think he can succeed in a villainous / anti-hero role. Yeah, I think this is a good thing. I think The Rock has far exceeded expectations from going from wrestling to acting, and yeah, he hasn't had a bunch of great movies. Obviously, Doom wasn't great. This year's Hercules, I heard some people say it was good, but you know, we had already had a Hercules movie earlier in the year that bombed, and then, you know, it says Hercules again. It looked more like a Conan movie. I think people might have gotten a little turned off with what they were being delivered. But outside of that, I mean, he was great in Pain and Gain. His first movie, The Rundown, was phenomenal. Like I said, Snitch was a fantastic movie. Walking Tall was I mean, he's had a lot of solid movies. So I think this is a good thing for DC and Warner Brothers. I think it's a good thing for the character universe of Shazam, because I think a lot of people know the name, but I still think there's a lot of people who are not too familiar with Shazam. They recognize him. He's got a very distinct suit. Like, I think if you showed people the suit of Shazam, like a picture of Shazam, they're like, oh yeah, I know that guy, but then they heard, oh yeah, I know his name, and then outside of that, they may not know much. And I know there's DC readers who know very much about him, and then I know people who are just general fans of comics. There's people who think he's a Superman clone and has no business, and there's some people who just love him. And, you know, I'm open to it. I like superhero movies regardless. I can't say there's too many of them I haven't seen, and I think I'm going to look forward to seeing The Rock in this role. It's going to be very interesting to see him in this role, and I think it's a good choice. In my opinion, I think it was a good choice, just because of his skill set and what he's capable of doing in a villainous slash anti-hero role. I think The Rock thrives at shit like that. So, but we'll see what happens. He's got a long way to go, but I think it's from what I'm reading and what I'm seeing, a lot of people seem to be pretty happy about it. So that's a good thing. So what do you guys think? If you are a Shazam fan and a DC fan, how do you feel about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson being cast as Black Adam in the upcoming Shazam movie? This is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page. You're watching ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob, and this video we're going to talk about The Rock being cast as Black Adam in the upcoming Shazam movie. Or I shouldn't say upcoming, it's not like that around the corner, but for the planned Shazam movie. Now, I know who Shazam is. Everybody knows who Shazam is. I'm not a huge fan of Shazam. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I am. I just know who he is. I might have read a handful of comics when I was younger, and I've, of course, seen the